Hey, what's up, everyone? We're gonna be doing this decimals reality check. Hope everyone's safe and okay with the coronavirus going on. And I know school's still working, so this is what we got for tonight. Let's go and get this done. So we'll read it first. For this project, you will use all four basic decimal operations in calculating the cost of a trip to New York City. I, by the way, will be using my calculator to do most of these calculations, but you're welcome to do them by hand if you'd like. Pat and Sam want to spend a week in New York City. They figure they will each need to pay $382.37 for airfare, $50 for baggage fees, $437.50 for admissions, and $30 for subway and cab fares. They will also each pay $75 for food per day. Pat and Sam will share a room that costs $237.18 per day. So, number one, calculate the cost for the trip for both Pat and Sam. So, right up here at the top, just to start out with, we see that they each need to pay, just for airfare right now, right? They're going to pay $382.37. So, we'll go and put that in here. We got airfare, $382.37. Now, each of them needs to pay it, right? So, first of all, I'm going to multiply that by 2 people. And then this will tell me the total amount of cost for just the airfare. So, I go to my trusty calculator, 382.37 multiplied by 2. And the total just for the airfare comes out to $764. And it looks like 74 cents. So, dollar sign right there. Next up, we got baggage fees, right? Now, again, it said that they each need to pay these baggage fees. So the baggage fees, it is $50, but again, we got 2 people. So that's going to end up being $100. I didn't really need a calculator for that one. That one turned out pretty good. Next up, we got admissions, which show up here as $437.50. But again, that would be for one person, but we got 2 people here. We got both Pat and Sam, so this one I'll use my calculator. 437.5 times 2. I get $875 for admissions. So we'll write that in. Again, that's in dollars. Next up, we got subway and cab fares. Now it's $30, but again, we need this. Each need to pay this $30, which means 30 times 2, bam, $60. Now, this is where things kind of change, right? They will also each pay $75 for food per day, but each of them is going to pay it. So we know it's going to be the $75. Each of them needs to pay it, so I'm going to multiply that by 2, and whatever that is, that's per day, so I need to multiply that by the 7 days, because they will be there for a full week. So what do we get out of that? 75 times 2 times 7, and that appears to be $1,050 for food. Next up, we got lodging. So they're going to share a room that costs $237.18 per day. Now, it didn't say they're going to each pay this. It says they're going to share this room, right? So we need to keep that in mind. So we got the $237.18. We don't need to multiply it by 2. We're just going to multiply this by 7. Because they're going to be sharing that room, okay? So $237.18 times 7 on my calculator. And my calculator shows me $1,660.40. That's a decimal right there. 26 cents. So I have all these values together. The last thing I need to do is add them together. And that will tell me the total cost of this trip. So I'm going to start. Well, I already have the $1,660.26 on my calculator, so I'm going to add that to 1050. If I can type it in right. And then add that to 60. Add that to 875. Add that to 100. Add that to 764 and 74 cents. And that gives me a total of $4,510. And that came out even right there. So again, I just took all those values. And so I'll kind of separate this here like that. I added them together to get my total cost of the trip at $4,510. Now, we'll come back to this. We need this amount there, $4,510 for the total trip. So I'll copy that, and we're going to need that for one of the future problems here. So we'll set that aside, and we'll get started on number 2. In order to determine how long it would take them to save enough money for the trip, they had to take a look at their income and expenses. Pat earns $17.25 per hour and works 40 hours a week. Sam earns $16.75 per hour and also works 40 hours per week. How much money do Pat and Sam earn in a month? Now we get to assume that there's 4 weeks in a month. So let's look first at Pat's earnings here. Pat is going to make $17.25 per hour. So if we multiply that by 40, this is going to tell us how much Pat will make in 1 week. So 17, I'm going to put this in my calculator, $17.25 times 40 means that in 1 week, Pat will make $690. But this is for 4 weeks, that's for a month. So I'm going to multiply that by 4, and after putting that in my calculator, I get Pat's monthly earnings at $2,760 per month. So that is Pat. Let's go and look at Sam now. Sam is making $16.75 per hour. We're saying that Sam is also working 40 hours per week. So I'll put this in my calculator, $16.75 times 40 hours in the week. And Sam is making $670. Now again, we're going to say a month has 4 weeks in it, so I'm going to multiply that by 4. And that gives me Sam's total monthly earnings at $2,680. So how much do they make total? Well, we can just add those two together. So what do we get? 0, 14, carry the 1, 14, so $5,540 is their total monthly earnings. Now, this next part, each month, Pat and Sam combined expenses include $1,060.80 for taxes, $879 for rent, $623.79 for food, $122.58 for apparel, $679.26 for transportation, $326.91 for health care, $161.43 for entertainment, $73.25 for personal care, $82.91 for education, $150 for contributions, $326.40 for retirement, $462.38 for utilities, and $286.29 for other costs. So that's a lot of expenses, but then we have the question for number 3. What is the total amount of money spent on these expenses in a month? So we're just going to list all of these individually. So there's our large list of items that Pat and Sam have as expenses. I'm going to add those in my calculator. So I got $5,235 even, and that would be their total expenses for the month. So on the next page, number 4, how much money do they have left over each month to save for the trip? And we'll complete this calculation by hand and show all the work. So we already have the two values that we need, though. And from the last page, we have these two values. Now, this was the expenses right here. So from what we calculated, they had $5,440 in total monthly earnings and $5,235 in expenses. So if I subtract whatever they have in expenses, this will tell me how much money they have left over. Now it's said to do this by hand, so here we go. So I'm going to start with the ones place. I'm going to make that a 10, borrow from the 4. 10 minus 5 is 5. 3 minus 3 is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. And then 5 minus 5, that cancels out. We got $205 left over, and this is per month. So every month they're saving $205, assuming there's no extra things that they need to spend their money on, but we don't want to make this more complicated than is needed. So this will help us with number 5, how many months will it take them to save enough money, and we'll make this calculation by hand as well. Now before we look into this, we know that it's going to be, the total cost of the trip is going to be this $4,510, right? $4,510 for the trip. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take that and divide it by the amount it's going to cost per month, or how much money I should say they're going to save per month, which is $205. So I'm going to divide this by 205, and 205 should go into, I would look at that as like 44, maybe, 451, right? It should go into 451. 2 times 2 times 205 would make that 410 right there. So we got 1 there and a 4. We'll need to drop another 0. And we just saw it goes into 410 2 times exactly. So this is going to have 0 remaining, which means that the final answer for this one is going to be 22. But again, don't forget to label these because it is a word problem, right? So 22 months of saving $205, and they will have their trip. Alright, that actually completes this reality check. Don't forget to submit it on Canvas. Hopefully this video has helped you guys out. And if not, just let me know what questions you guys have, and or we can discuss it in class. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you in the next lesson.